Another one, Paul here. Today I want to go over the next strategy. If you saw yesterday's video, I talked about how to do options trading and do it on trading on the monthly, basically using the 1348 and waiting for the lines to cross on the monthly. But today's strategy, I want to go over. Well, if you're waiting for the monthly and you wait for the 1348 to cross, you're gonna have to wait a little while before it to cross. So today I want to go over what to do when you're waiting it on the monthly. If you want to start making kind of like daily or weekly money from options trading, I will do it on the 15-minute. I have found that when you focus on the 15-minute, you can get some pretty good results, like on a weekly basis, and you can do it more on a daily than just waiting for the the monthly to cross. Now, from what I found from personal observation, and I'm going to go over this in the video, is waiting for the cross on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. You might make a little. It's doing it on the 1 minute and the 5 minute mainly for those that want to make gains daily. These strategies that I'm talking about are mainly for, you're gonna have to, if you do it on the monthly, you're gonna have to buy. My recommendation is buy contracts that last a month, so you can catch the whole cycle of it going up. Doing it on a 15-minute, which what I'm going to show you guys today, I recommend doing it for a week. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys what I do when. The first thing I do is I wait. I look at the charts and I wait to see if it's the 1348 is going to cross on the monthly. If it looks like it's going to be a while, then I'll do the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, you'll get your results on a more frequent basis. But overall, when I see it on the monthly, I'm going to do it on the monthly. But today I'm going to walk you guys through doing it on the 15-minute. Okay, so I'm going to be using SPY as an example. So if you saw yesterday's video, I walked you through doing it on the day. And basically, what you want to do on the day is you want to wait for the 1348 to cross, and then you want to have your contracts for at least 30 days so you can catch all this. So I'm not going to go over. If you guys want to watch that video, I recommend doing it first. But, it may be a while before the 1348 crosses on the 30 day. So if that's the case, then you do the 15-minute. So doing the 15-minute here, the same rules apply. What you want to do is you want to wait for the 1348 to cross. And if you notice, now I do it on the 15-minute for people that want to make, you do want to make a little bit of gains while you're preparing for it to cross on the 30 on the daily. So if we see right here, the last point that it crossed on the daily, well, I'm using SPY as an example, and I'm on the 15-minute. So it crossed right here. So what I would do in this situation is I would do a 400, around a 403 in the money. I would do a 403 call at this point. So I would come in here and I basically would I would do at least a week contract. This is good for those that have a job and you want to wait out at least a week. If you do it on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, you have to really pay attention to where the cross and your daily gains, because it could all happen in the same day. But on the 15-minute here, you see that it's crossing, and my RSI here, let me just walk you guys through my my template for the RSI. I check off the actual RSI and I base it all on the RSI based MA here. And then I change my upper band to a white, and I make it more thick. And then I do the middle band and I make red. And I do my lower band white and I make it more thick. The RSI will look like this. So you can also follow the RSI here. So the moment that it crosses on the 15-minute, you come in here, and I would have I would extend. If I'm doing it on the 15-minute, I would do my contracts for at least a week. And if I can afford it, I would do a month. Maybe a week if I'm doing it on the 15-minute. But so if I rode this whole thing out, and we want to also look at the RSI down there at the bottom, and technically the moment it starts curving, I would get out, but I would also look at the chart as well, and it looks like it's still going up. But if I rode it all the way up to here, this took a little over a day. This was a $9 difference in price, so it's close around $500. So let's just go back and look at a couple of moments. Now on the 15-minute, what you're going to find that there are moments where it's going to be real brief, and it may last for a little while longer. So you can see that this moment right here. Now I want to address this as well as when you're doing it on the 15-minute. When you're doing it on the 15-minute, make sure you go over and look at it on the daily before you make any decisions. First, you have to check if it's going to cross on the 15-minute, but make sure you check your daily as well. Whatever the trend is doing on the daily, you want to go for that trend. You want to go with the trend. You don't want to go against it. So if the trend is going up, you want to focus on when it's crossing up. You never want to go against the trend. So just keep that in mind. If you focus on the 15-minute. Now, if you focus on the 15-minute, you'll get more daily returns when you're not doing it on the 5-minute, which is what I found, which is why I like doing it on the 15-minute. So let's just look at a couple spots and see if it works pretty well here. Okay, so you got this moment here. Crosses right here. Now, if you did a contract for a week and you rode this, give me back my RSI. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you crossed right here and if you rode this whole thing out, this was 2 days and you made about $500. So let's do another moment that it crossed was right here. And if you rode this one out, you want to make sure you look at the RSI too. If you rode this entire thing out, that's a total of 3 days. So this is why I'm telling you to buy a week contract if you're doing the 15-minute. If you're doing the daily, I recommend doing it on buying at least a month contract. If you're doing the 15-minute, I recommend buying at least a week contract with that expiration. So let's look at this one right here. Crosses right here. If you bought a week contract, you can catch all of this. And this is about a day and a half, and you made about $500 right there. So you wait for it to cross again. And that moment right there, I'm not going to count it. It looks like it's tipping it. I'd get in right here at this moment right here. So across up, I would do in the money around 381, and I would buy a week contract here, and I would ride this out and look at the RSI. This took 3 days to make a little $12 difference in price. That's a little bit over $500 in 3 days. So you're doing all this, and at the same time, my recommendation, My recommendation is doing it on the daily, but if it hasn't hit yet, I'll do it on the 15-minute. So let's just look real quick at moments. You'll find moments that are big. You'll find moments that are brief. And, you do a week contract. You write it out. And you make sure you look at your RSI. The moment it starts curving, I would get out. Just a little heads up. It means it could be going in the opposite direction. That's why we want to look at the RSI. So this is about a $5 difference in price in 3 hours. So that's a small gain right there. And you'll get these moments, these small little pumps. And remember what I said about never go against the trend. I can almost bet you during this moment of these brief moments of it going down, I bet the main focus of this day, it was going up. You never want to go against the trend, and I think that these two moments are when it was going against the trend. So you could do it if you want, but the gains won't be much, and try not to go against the trend. You could ride that out, but that's only like that's $100, maybe more. And I guess you guys get the general idea. Let's look at a couple more moments. These are all very brief. I think at this current time, the trend was trying to go up. We got in right here, rode this out till about here. This is 4 days. 4 days, and you just made a little over $100 here. So you can make some pretty decent short-term gains doing this. Like I said, I prefer doing it on the daily, looking at the daily and waiting for it to cross, but it may take some time for that to happen. So if there's time in between, then I'll go into the 15-minute. I no longer do the 5-minute because, let me just show you that real quick and explain that. Now, a lot of people probably tell you to do it on the 5-minute. You can actually, you'll find moments of, you can do it on the 5-minute if you want to get more like daily, you want to get more daily results. But, I found out the more you wait, like with the 15-minute and the daily candle, the daily charts, your gains will be a little bit more. Because all you gotta do is just wait for the 1348. If you do it on the daily here, let me just show you the daily real quick. The daily right here at this moment, let's just zoom out here. You may have to wait a while for the daily for it to cross, because if you look right here, the moment it crossed on the daily was July 29th, and then it crossed again up here, which was April. So you'll have to wait a while, but when you do, you'll make a lot of gains doing it on the daily. But you will have to wait longer. So that's why in between all that, I'll do the 15-minute to get short-term gains, because you want to get some kind of gains during the process. But if it does cross on the daily, I definitely would do that one. I'll do it on the daily because I can buy a 30-day contract and wait it out. But anyway, if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in future videos.